Sairam, all of you. Now I'm just walking down the street in Puttaparthi, and this area normally we call it Old Puttaparthi. So it's like 3 or 4 small streets, and originally that was Puttaparthi. 1 or 2 streets for Hindu people, and the next street for the Muslims. That's how old Puttaparthi was, in a time when Sathya Sai was born. And just right now I'm in front of very famous Shiva temple. Actually, it's a very small Shiva temple. I'm sure you know it pretty well. This is a location where our Swami was born. So I can't go inside and take video, so just behind me this very unique place where Sathya Sai was born. Actually, right now we have a Shiva temple there, but 1923 when Sathya Sai was born, that was the place where his parents lived, his grandparents lived, so that's how he happened to be born here. For me as a Sai devotee, the huge question is why Sathya Sai was born exactly here in Andhra Pradesh state in South India, in this very small village. Actually, Prashanti Nilayam, his ashram, is not so far from this place, and Puttaparthi itself now is, of course, not at all a small village. Now it's a beautiful town and it's growing and growing. But anyway, at that time, 1923, this place was, amazing. Just few streets, no shops, no, really, even no school. Question is, why Divine Incarnation was born exactly here? And of course, I don't know, that's kind of divine plan. But I have my own guess, my own suggestions why it's happening exactly here. Because according to my information, Puttaparthi, seemingly insignificant village, but really very ancient place. Here in Puttaparthi, there are 6 extremely ancient Vedic Hindu temples, and just right now I'm planning to show at least some of them. The question is, how can we know that this particular Hindu temple is extremely ancient? How can we know? There are a few indications. How can we really be sure about that? In Sanskrit we call it Swayambhu. Swayambhu is the stone which miraculously growing, and in very, very ancient times, actually it's a question of thousands and thousands of years, people took such a stones, Swayambhu, and created a small temples around such a special stones. For us as the Westerners, it may sound a little bit strange. I mean to say, just to take any stone which growing from underground, and just say, okay, this stone going to be goddess Durga, and another stone going to be, let us say, Shiva, and another stone going to be Ganesh. But anyway, in a very, very ancient Vedic tradition, it was exactly like that. In all that ancient small temples, we can easily find Swayambhu, so that mystical, ancient, strange, divine stones. Just behind me, now I'm pointing to that, is the very small temple of goddess Durga. Actually, this building is, of course, quite new, I think around 50 years old. But inside that temple, we have one of that Swayambhu. Small stones, very powerful stones. Just the next place which I wish to show to you is exactly this really small wheel. Okay, you can see symbol of Lord Shiva, Trisul, and inside really down, you can see one more Swayambhu. Right now I'm in one more ancient, actually underground small temple. It's look like really like cave, and it's really down below if we see the level of street. And just in front of me is one more Swayambhu, so mysterious mystical stone. In this temple it's dedicated to the Lord Shiva, so I think it's an extremely ancient place. So this is exactly Shiva Lingam, and I mean in the form of Swayambhu, so very ancient. Anyway, a very ancient way of worship to the Shiva. Right behind this door is the biggest Swayambhu of Puttaparthi. It's dedicated to the Lord Hanuman. Just behind me, the beginning, historical beginning of Sathya Sai ashram. This is so-called old temple or old mandir. So exactly this behind me right now is the location of the first very small ashram. Wonderful. So this is the history. So actually this is very special place for the Sathya Sai tradition, because this is exactly very famous, beautiful and old ancient Krishna temple. And when Sathya Sai was just a teenager, and just immediately after he told to his parents that he is no more belong to them and he is a divine teacher, and he left his home, so he immediately shifted to this place. And at that time this Christian temple was abandoned, but tradition of this temple, yeah, that's very interesting. Teenager Sathya Sai, he re-established tradition of this Krishna temple together with his friends. And here, just in front of me, is one more Swayambhu stone, very ancient stone. In this temple, it's dedicated to the Lord Krishna. Just right now you can see this small and wonderful temple, and this is that famous and powerful Swayambhu stone, which is Krishna himself. Statue which is above is a new one, but the stone is ancient. And again, let me show that the level of the street is much upper than the level of this temple, and the temple even goes more down, so it means it's very ancient. And on the top, Krishna and his consort Radha Devi. Well, the reason why I'm just making this video, of course, first of all, I want to show to you very familiar, I'm sure familiar for you, wonderful old Puttaparthi ancient temples. I'm sure that you was here many times. If not, you have to come and visit it yourself. But also I'm trying to think, to speculate, to just imagine why divine teacher Sathya Sai was born exactly here. What is special about this place, Put Party? And I just want to repeat, my point is that the history of Put Party is a huge mystery, huge one. And who knows, maybe thousands and thousands of years ago, in the time of Rama Avatar, this place already was like maybe small village, maybe even kind of town, who knows. But all that 6 Swayambhu stones, 6 ancient temples, yeah, that's a kind of proof that this is very unusual, very special place. Who knows, maybe this is reason why Divine Master, Divine Incarnation Sathya Sai was born exactly here. Sai Ram.